Hey, Frequency Friday for all you freaks, for all the freaks, for all those that are living in the frequency. Hello, 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 going live on my Facebook platforms, YouTube, all over the place. And I wanted to, this is the first time I'm doing this, first time I'm going live on Friday to prepare you for the weekend, to get you immersed into a beautiful weekend. And that is to help you stay in this frequency. So what is frequency? We always talk about it, you kind of hear it. You always hear about this high vibe, this high frequency, this high consciousness. Frequency is just, it's a state, it's a vibration. And what happens is there are different levels of frequencies. There are high frequencies, there are low frequencies, there are good frequencies, there are awkward frequencies, and everything is a frequency, everything's a vibration. Everything has a pulse, right? Every single thing does. And so when we know that, we become aware of that, kind of like my last talk that I did this past week, then we can start to honor it. So this week, I want you guys to have, I don't know what your week was like. I don't know, what you dealt with this week, but this week I want you to have an amazing start of your weekend, being that it is Frequency Friday. And so I want to help you guys just kind of have some fun and be aware of some things to raise your vibration. I want you to have a great weekend. Okay. So maybe your week wasn't that amazing. Maybe you had some stuff you had to deal with. Maybe there's some stuff at work, stuff with people, stuff with situations. Maybe you're in transition, whatever the case may be. But the good thing is the weekend is upon us. Now, weekends for me are just another day. So I have the ability to work from home, and I've been doing that for 20 years. And so, anything that ends with a Y is just another day for me. So Monday's like a Saturday's like this day, like that day. So what I want to talk to you about is how we can raise our frequency, how we can take ourselves from here to the next level and higher and higher and higher and higher, so that if we're in this high frequency state, that when something happens to us, that we don't get derailed, right? We're just vibing so high. We're feeling so good. Love is in the air. Everything is beautiful. And when something happens, we don't get affected by it. Okay. So I want to talk about some things that you guys can do to get in the frequency. Okay. So these, by the way, these Frequency Fridays we're doing, they're not going to be long. They're going to be short. They're going to be just boom, 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 boom. Get you to feel something, to think something, to acknowledge something, and then to implement something, okay? Maybe something you might not be aware of. Some of the stuff you've heard before, some of the stuff might be new, but again, it is a friendly reminder for you to help raise your vibe. So the first thing I want you to do as I start playing with all my tools is, if you do not have a hobby yet, or maybe you have a hobby that you have had maybe years ago, like when you were younger, when you weren't so busy. Are you really that busy now? Are you really that busy? Are you really that busy that you cannot have time to do something fun or learn something new? So to raise your vibration, anytime you are in a thinking state of something that is exciting to you, I've been watching a lot of parachuting. I have a couple parachute jumps, but it's like, I was talking to my wife yesterday, a couple days ago. I was like, man, I want to jump out of airplanes. Like that would be pretty cool, to be the age I'm in and, be able to travel all over the country with a parachute. And if I want to jump out of an airplane somewhere in some foreign city, I've got my chute. I can go jump out of a plane. So I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, that raised my vibration. It got me excited. It took me from whatever state I was in to the next state, to the next state. So anytime you are learning something, something new, something that you want to learn, like a hobby, or maybe you want to learn a second language, or learn how to do some type of, something around the house. My wife does scrapbooking and some other things. So whatever that is for you, to raise your frequency, to get into that nicer state, that more jello-y state, is you got to do this. Okay. So I want you to find a hobby. If you don't have a hobby, my question is why? Hobbies don't have to be expensive. The plenty of things you can do. Hiking is a hobby. You can all you have to do is make sure you have the right kinds of shoes, make sure you have the right kinds of socks. But the reality is hiking is a hobby. There's so many wonderful things. Camping is a hobby. Like, what is your hobby now that the weather's kind of shifting? What is your hobby going to be? So that's one thing you can do to raise your vibration. Get a hobby. Learn something. It doesn't have to be a really hobby, but as long as you're learning something, you're reading something, that's the types of things that can raise your vibration. All right. The next thing you want to do is you want to get outside. The weather has shifted. As I look outside right now, yeah, there's sun. Haven't seen sun for a while, and we have seen sun. It's been very, very windy sun. I don't know if sun can be windy, but the sun's been so windy that you can't even go outside. So if it's already 45 degrees outside, then you've got a 20 or 30-mile-an-hour gust. It's very difficult to enjoy that. But what I want you to do is, now that the weather shifts, I want you to get outside, and I want you to leave your phone behind. It's one thing to raise your vibration, but then you have that phone with you, or you have that phone in your pocket or on your purse or something like that. You guys, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to completely get that vibration to a higher place if subconsciously or even consciously you always want to take selfies and do this and be distracted. There are times where you just need to get outside and just take in the outdoors, take in the sights and the sounds, the smells, without having that thing attached to you, okay? Without having this thing always with you. So even if it's for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, anything like that can help shift and raise your vibration, okay? So again, when we're talking about frequency and we want to get to that higher place, that higher frequency where we're just feeling really good, is we got to do these little tiny things. And by the way, everything I'm sharing with you costs zero, costs you nothing. It's just an investment of your time, which is the most valuable commodity that we have. So if we do hobbies and we are immersed in something like that, that just takes time to do that while you're investigating and things like that. Or maybe you're reaching out to friends and people that may be in that space. If you're going outside, like today I was outside without my shoes. I took my dogs out 3 times already today. They're like, want to go outside again? They're looking at me like, really, Dad? You want to go outside again? Like, yeah, I want to go outside again. So the weather's nice. Get outside, put your phone down, be present, be present, be present, be present. You'll be surprised what you notice. Okay. So if you're in a place where you can get outside more often, do it. Wake up in the morning, go outside, feel the brisk air. That will raise your vibration. That will raise your energy. That will wake you up. You don't need coffee. You don't need all that stuff. Yes. Oh, here's a comment just came in. Yes, Barbara just said, yes, that's what she's doing. I use my phone. That's quite all right. But yes, you can do that. Thanks, Barb, for sharing that. You guys get outside, even if the weather is not as perfect as you want it to be. Just get outside. So my question is, what do you do when you get outside? What do you like to do? Where do you like to go? Some people have like their spot that they go. I live on 5.5 acres, so I always like to take my dogs like outside our backyard. We have a big gate around our house. To watch them get excited just about going outside the gate is always pleasurable. They have a little routine that they go and then we head off into the pasture. So get outside, no phone. I know it's difficult, but you can do this. Remember, our vibrations here, our frequencies here, we want to raise it, let go of everything, let go of the anchor, okay? And go out there and do that. Thank you guys for the comments. Love to see you. Next thing, I want you to be consistent with you. I want you to develop a pattern where you have I don't want to say like a routine, but you have a process. You have things that you're doing throughout the course of the day where you're checking in with you. For example, a lot of people know that I've been doing these guided meditations, or what we call these integrations, every single night. You're more than welcome to join me. But every night I've been doing these guided integrations, and we've been having a group of folks show up. Many people have been showing up for a year with me. Like a year. It's been like a year since we've been doing, a guided meditation at a certain time every single night. And we do it privately in my Zoom. And it's just beautiful to watch. So have some consistency with you. When you have this idea where you're the most valuable thing on the planet, the most amazing creature, the most magnificent thing ever created, then you got to be consistent with you. You got to take time out for you. You have to have these things that you just don't, that you stand for all the time with regards to you. Like I wake up in the morning, I have my 30 minutes before I do anything. I have my 30 minutes of doing X, whatever X is for you. In the evening, I do this. When I wind down, I don't watch this. I don't do this. I do this. And I spend, 30 minutes, maybe an hour with me doing, stuff for me, that is so important to me, that I'm honoring myself at the highest level. I'm checking in just to make sure everything is good. And every week I'm going to give you some more information on how to make sure, you can switch things that might not be going good in an instant, right? I'll help you with that. But today I just want to give you some things to raise your frequency, because some of you might not have had, maybe it's been a bad couple days or a difficult couple days, or maybe it's been a long time since you've really felt your frequency and your vibration was raised. Okay. So consistency with you. There are some things that you have that are your non-negotiables. There's that line in the sand that you need to draw for your family, for your friends, saying, hey, look, from this time to this time, I'm unplugged. It is crazy when I tell people to do that, how they get all freaked out. Like, oh, no, man, I just don't know. 5 to 6, that's usually a busy time. And I got a call coming in, or I got an email. Like, people get like weirded out, like freaked out about shutting their phone off. Like, I'm not talking like taking it and putting it down. I'm talking the actual act of looking at your phone with a smile on your face going, bye-bye, and hitting the button and powering it down for 30 minutes. Give your phone a break. Give your phone a break. Okay. You can do this. I want you to be consistent with you. Okay. It's very, very important that you be consistent with you. What is it for you that you're going to make your A1 priority? I call these A1 priorities. Like, no matter what happens every single day, I do what I call these A1 priorities. These have to get done. It's not up for discussion. It's not up for debate. They will get done. And for me, it's my quiet time. It's my walks with nature. It's my taking my time out. It's my shutting my phone off. It's playing, music. It's, meditating, whatever it is. Like, I have to do this for my sanity, okay? To keep everything, good. Because the better I am for me, the better I am for all of you. And I want to be the best version of myself every day. And I want you to be the best version of yourself every day. So have some consistency. Okay. So here is another one I'm going to show you. And this is very, very important. So many people are vibing so low because of the foods that they eat. They wake up, they have their 2 cups of coffee, they have their little rush, they have their little excitement, they get up, everything's good, they start to crash, they wash it down with a piece of bread and some jelly, which has no nutritional value, and then, and then maybe have a bowl of cereal, or maybe skip breakfast all entirely, which is okay if you're intermittent fasting and you know how to do that, which we're going to talk about at some point. But then we eat these things that don't properly nourish our body and get us ready to go out and do what we need to do in a productive state. And so I want you to be aware of the foods that you're eating. Anything that has sugar in it, no bueno, no good. Okay. One of the things I did today is I opened up my refrigerator, and my wife is just so amazing. We have tons of fruit and celery and, all these delicious soups and all this amazing stuff, leftover food, old spaghetti or noodles, whatever, but it's all good for us. Right. And so one of the things I did today, I had this urge. I wanted to have something that was sweet. And I looked at it and I go, no, I don't want to do that. Like, I'm feeling really good right now. And I know that sugar is addicting. And I know that sugar causes things to happen. And I know that I'm not in my best state physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally when I have a lot of sugar in my body. So food, what types of foods are you eating? What types of things are you putting in your system? Many of you may or may not know I've been plant-based or vegan, actually, which is a little bit more next level with regards to vibration and frequency than actually just eating a plant-based diet. My whole existence, my whole life, I've adapted that lifestyle around being a vegan because from a frequency standpoint, I don't want anything to suffer. I don't need anything to suffer to get to, my wallet or to get to the rug that's on my floor. I just don't want that. So I'm very aware of my surroundings. I just want high frequency everywhere. And the food that I eat, that's all plant-based. I want to know that that's coming from someplace where, it's all good. I'm very aware of my frequency. I'm very aware of my energy. And I just want to make sure that I'm doing the best I possibly can to make sure I'm doing that. So I drink lots and lots of water. I'm always drinking water. I'm always drinking water. I'm always drinking water. I do a lot of good foods. I eat probably 5 or 6 meals during the course of the day, which everything from nuts, we always have, a bowl of nuts in our house. You can just walk by, grab some nuts, get your protein, get your fiber, get all the good stuff that you need. But you guys, this is how you fuel your body. And so many people use food as a means to deal or cope with something, or they do the food thing late at night, when they were sitting watching, Netflix for the, their 6th hour of the night. You guys, and listen, It's not good, bad, or indifferent. There's no judgment here. I'm just telling you, in this group, if you want to learn, get to the next level in your life, and the next level, and see what's possible, and be a human that's optimized. Be a human that's moving forward, doing amazing things, and having the energy to do it, and the capacity to grow and achieve more. You guys, these are a few little things that you can do every single day. Just to make your life easier, right? So I showed you hobbies. You have a hobby so you can raise your frequency, get your brain firing something different. Staring at a phone for hours, staring at social media for hours, Instagram, all that stuff, guys, that's not high vibe activity. I can assure you it's not. Now, if you were creating something, you maybe took a picture of something outside and you posted on your Instagram and it's got a powerful comment or something like that, something that resonated with you, that's more high vibe, right? So find a hobby, learn something. Next thing you want to do is you want to get outside. Get outside. The weather is shifted on your behalf, which is good. So embrace the shift, honor it. I know people go, oh my gosh, the sun's out, I got to get outside. Go outside, but leave your phone behind. You can take pictures later. Okay? Just go out and enjoy Pachamama, enjoy Mother Nature, enjoy Mother Earth, Mother Gaia. Just enjoy that with no distraction. All right. And notice how good you feel. And notice how different things are when you're not having to check in with anything. Okay. Be consistent with you with regards to making sure that you are honoring yourself at the highest level. What are your non-negotiables? What are those things that you're doing every day that are not up for debate, not up for discussion, not up for anybody to take away from you, that you're going to hold sacred to you? What are those things you're going to do? You guys add them, make them your A1 priorities, put them on your to-do list. This has to get done today. And then eventually it becomes a habit. And that's how you raise your state, raise your frequency, raise your vibration, raise your consciousness, is by honoring yourself on a regular basis. Meditation, for those that meditation is not, oh, I meditated 6 months ago. You guys, that's not honoring yourself. Okay. If meditation doesn't work for you, then your knowledge of meditation is not what it is, because meditation can be anything. You get locked in doing some type of task that you love to do. You're in a meditative state. You're focused. And when you get done doing that task, you're much better than when you went in. Much better when you came out than when you went in. That's meditation, you guys. Okay. So it doesn't have to be, sitting on top of a mountain, wearing a scarf with your knees crossed, okay, for 18 hours. That's not what it is. All right. And then the final thing, you guys, food, water, exercise, get outside, move that body, drink that water, get out, start moving. This morning I did my workout. I did this. It was 9 minutes and 48 seconds or something like that. It was a HIIT workout. But let me tell you something. You can raise your heart rate. You can burn calories so fast if you come with the right intention, and you just do it and knock it out. You don't have to spend 2 hours at the gym. I used to work at a gym. I used to manage a gym, and people sometimes were there for 3 or 4 hours and they looked the same 2 years later that they did the day they walked in when I met them. You don't have to do that, you guys. Okay. Switch it up, mix up a little bit. Food, water, movement, incorporate it, do it. Okay. And you guys, these are things you can do for this weekend. I want you to be conscious of these things this weekend. Because I want you to go out there and put the week behind you. And now you get to focus on you right now. Elevating your frequency, elevating your vibe, elevating your consciousness, elevating your energy, elevating it all. Doing it all by doing these 4 little things. And every week I'm going to come at you with some more things. I'm going to bring some guests on, things like that. But these are just simple things that don't cost anything. Quit making excuses. By the way, when you make an excuse, if your frequency's here, check this out. You make an excuse, here's where it goes. And then you go, well, I don't want to do that because I'm too tired. And then, I just feel like just doing nothing tonight. And then, you know what? I'm just going to stay and watch movies tonight. I just don't feel like doing anything. Well, guess that's the same thing you said last weekend. Okay? Vibe higher. Frequency. Raise it. Be a freak. Be crazy. Go out there and do it. Okay? Love you guys. Blow up the comments. If you're watching this later on the replay, if you're sharing sharing this with anybody, please do that. And then invite them into the Frequency Factory, or invite them if you have any questions about anything. I'm here, but we're going to be doing this every week. Short, sweet, to the point, making sure you guys get your frequency raised. We go from here to here. And then once we're here, we go, oh my God, that was amazing. Let's go here. And then we go here. And then we go here. And we just keep raising. That's what we do. Okay. And eventually when something happens, you're just You don't even know what happened because you're vibing so high. All right. Love you guys. Have a great day. Have a great, great weekend. Love all of you. See you later, you freaks.